Starbuck.
Hi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you for asking.
Well, no problem. Say, is Sunny there yet?
This is Sunny.
Well, Sunny, this is Terry Nemmers. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks for asking.
Well, that's...
Oh,
Anyhow, I have received an email from the Chief of Police, Jim Minion, on the 26th. Said, I've processed your request and turned it over to Starbuck City Administrator for review for data privacy issues. She'll then provide the requested information. Thank you, Jim Minion, Chief.
okay.
And I see, according to the January 14th, 2013 designating 2013 annual appointments, that you're the data practice official.
I am.
Well, there you go.
Woohoo.
So, I was wondering if you happen to have that accomplished yet.
Well, actually, I was out yesterday.
Okay.
So I just became familiar with your request on Monday.
Okay.
So I have not had time to review the information that the chief provided.
Okay.
I do encourage you to download from our website, Terry. Our website has a request for public information on it. Can you download that, fill it out, and get it back to me?
Well, actually, I have given you all the information you need right now.
Okay.
See, I submit these to all over the place. Crookston, Duluth, Minneapolis, State Patrol. I have absolutely no problem with, they accept these.
Uh-huh.
So the only thing is that Polk County doesn't like them because I always ask those embarrassing questions.
Oh. Well, it's, much of what we do, in my view, is public information. So
Right.
that I'm not hedging on the thing. I just, on your request, I'm just asking that you follow the process that we have.
Well, I understand that, but the thing is I don't have to follow a form. There's no law that says I have to. I went through this with Crookston, and they finally realized the error of their way and decided just to accept my responses. Like I said, I've had, big operations like Duluth just accept it, State Patrol accept it, so I don't see why anyone else should have a problem with it. But anyhow, there was something I'm actually glad you haven't got around to processing yet, because part of the information on there is something I want to discuss with you.
Okay.
Because I noticed as I was reading this assignment thing here, let's see, designating 23 annual appointments, I noticed a few different people here that, let's see, you have city attorney for civil matters, criminal prosecution, and employment matters. So you have 3 different law firms there. Okay?
Correct.
Well, the one, city attorney, criminal prosecutions, Neil Nelson, Oberlin, Roth, and Nelson law offices, that's actually part of my data request there. I think you probably, not if you read the data request or not.
Not. I got this, the chief forwarded your email to me 12:10 p.m. on Monday.
Okay, well, there should have been an attachment on there, signed and everything. And right below the public reverence for Michael Mullen, there's one for Glenwood City Council member charged with burglary assault. All right, and that's Kyle Thompson of Glenwood. You familiar with that case at all?
No.
Okay. Well, anyhow, somewhere around 2013 of 2011, Mr. Thompson broke into some person's apartment and beat up a Jeremy Geyer. And it says in the newspaper, well, actually it's KSAX, Polk County Attorney Neil Nelson said City Council member won't get any special treatment during his prosecution. My office will treat him the exact same way we would treat anyone else who is faced with the same facts. Well, I think you know from your experience with the city councilman there that the case for Michael Dale Moen was transferred out to the Swift County prosecuting office because of a conflict of interest, in which it says right in the police report, which was reported on KSAX TV. And Mr. Nelson, prosecuting Kyle Thompson, is a conflict of interest. In fact, I have a copy of part of the police report in which it says Bruce Oberlin stated to Kyle Thompson that it was a conflict of interest. So, and I don't know if you're familiar with the city of Glenwood or the county of Pope, but Neil Nelson is the assistant city attorney for Glenwood and the Pope County attorney for Pope County. Obviously, you should know that. So,
I think that part is filtered through, yeah.
okay, well, see, the problem is for Neil Nelson to prosecute Kyle Thompson, he'd have a vested interest in the case, which is why your city attorney didn't prosecute the case of Michael Mullen. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not sure who your city attorney was back in of May of 2011. But anyhow, obviously...
That precedes me, yeah.
Yeah, I that's fine if you know or if you don't know, that's okay. But I mean, the point is, it's a conflict of interest. Right on this data request that I submitted to you, it shows that Mr. Neil Nelson is involved in some shenanigans there, which of course is illegal. And I was in contact with Jeremy Geyer, the guy that Kyle Thompson beat up, and Jeremy Geyer was told by Neil Nelson himself that Kyle Thompson was committing perjury. So, and of course, Neil Nelson did nothing about it. And I don't know if you're familiar with the law. Of course, ignorance of the law excuses no one, but perjury during a trial gets you 2 years extra in prison. So Mr. Nelson refused to even notify the judge that Kyle Thompson was committing perjury, it appears. Because, if he notified the judge, then the judge, it'd be on the judge's shoulders, and all the judge would have to do is just have the bailiff grab Kyle Thompson and have him thrown in jail. But it appears that's not what happened. In fact, Kyle Thompson was acquitted. And so I'd say that maybe you want to rethink your appointments of criminal prosecutor. Neil Nelson probably isn't your best choice there if you actually want some justice.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, Terry. You're pointing out this Glenwood case.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much for the case itself, but with regard to the attorney.
Well, the thing...
And how it relates to my city.
Well, exactly.
Okay, okay. I just want, I'm just asking for clarification, not...
Right,
yeah.
right. Because if Neil Nelson's going to obstruct justice in a Pope County case for a Glenwood city official, then I presume he's probably going to do the same thing in a Starbuck case.
So it was a good thing for us to have it reviewed by someone totally out of the county.
Well,
in our case.
Well, if you do a Google search on conflict of interest, you'll find all sorts of cases throughout Minnesota where the case was transferred. In fact, like I said, it's even in your own, this data request for Michael Mullen. It says right in the police report that it was transferred out of the county for conflict of interest. See? Because if Neil Nelson has a vested interest in the case, well, we found out what the results were, didn't we? He was acquitted.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So again, I mean, your public money is going to someone who's obstructing justice. I guess if that's what you want, then I guess that's your choice.
Oh, okay. So your interest in this and the source of your data request isn't really so much Mr. Mullen as it is with regard to Mr. Nelson. Is that fair to say?
Well, you know what? If you had just sent me the thing, I probably would have never called you. But like I said, seeing as how the opportunity presented it, I mean, I submitted it on Monday.
And reasonable time is 10 days to respond to that.
Right. But it also says on my form that says it required immediate access, I can walk in the door and demand to have it. And I presume that Starbuck isn't that busy where someone couldn't just zip it off in a day. But I'm not arguing that point.
No, and please understand, I'm not trying to argue either. I just am trying to get you'd be surprised how busy this little city is.
Well, I understand that.
And we, we do have some issues, and I'm trying to process things
Right.
certainly as quickly as I can.
Well, like I said, I have absolutely no problem, because it presented the opportunity where I could call you and ask you about this.
Absolutely,
where
and I appreciate our conversation, because
Right.
I like to hear different viewpoints, and some will certainly coincide with what I like to develop my own opinions, and when others' opinion coincides with what I've been thinking or wondering about, or, it's always helpful to gain information. Since I've only been here since June of last year was my appointment. So
Right.
So I appreciate our conversation. Don't get me wrong.
Right,
I'm trying to clearly understand where.
Well, see, the thing is, I've talked to some pretty important people, like the Attorney General's office. I've talked to the FBI, and they all seem to agree that I know what I'm talking about. In fact, the FBI, or the Attorney General's office, said that I should report certain individuals from Pope County to the FBI. See, and I have those conversations recorded. They're up on YouTube. If you'd like, I'll gladly send them to you.
Well, I don't know that I have, but you do, I see you have a blog spot. So, there is a YouTube reference as well there.
Yep. So you can go to my YouTube channel or my blog spot. I have law enforcement throughout Minnesota going up there. I've had the FBI on my website, so.
Okay.
So, like I said, I know what I'm talking about. If you're more than welcome to call up Neil Nelson immediately and tell him what I said. It doesn't bother me in the slightest.
I have yet to even meet Mr. Nelson.
Well, I won't make it a comment. I'll let you decide for yourself when you meet him. But the thing is, I have there's the appearance and what actually is behind the man. So, and I know the information behind the man. So.
Okay.
So, like I said, no, it's.
I'm guessing for me that will come in time, right?
Right. But no, like I said, I just put that on there for reference.
Okay.
And that's the basis. That's why I want this information from Michael Moen. See, because it proves the Kyle Thompson one. So I just put that on there for FYI.
Okay.
Like I said, it just presented itself. Like I said, if I would have got it immediately, I probably would have never called you.
Yeah, well, see, there's a reason sometimes why.
Right. So like I said, I have absolutely no problem with it taking a little extra time.
Yeah, okay.
In fact,
one thing I know that Chief Minion had mentioned to me is, his report is only going to show a disposition from this agency and city over to Pope County. So you'll have to follow up then with them to see how they then disposed of the case. You know what I'm saying? I mean, our records aren't going to show how it actually ended up in Swift County. We just know that. Our records are going to show it going from the city of Starbuck to Pope County.
Oh, I have no problem with that. It's whatever you have. That's
yep.
I have no problem with that at all.
Heads up on that.
Yeah, that's no problem.
So I can get back to you with this email lionnews00@gmail.com.
Correct. You still there?
Yes.
Okay, I thought.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. I thought there was a problem.
I can respond to your request at lionnews00@gmail.com.
Yep, that works just fine.
Alrighty. Well, I can't guarantee I'm going to get it to you today because I was out yesterday, and I have utility bills to get out. But certainly this week, sir.
Well, again, like I said, I appreciate your call. That was worth more than probably getting that information anyhow. So.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye now.
Okay. Bye-bye.